Hi friends, I'm Felicia. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk to you about the books that I want to reread this year. I didn't actually tally this up, but I feel like last year I didn't do a lot of rereading, which is sad because I'm trying to get my TBR down. But there have been like a lot of books that I'm like, I think about them and I'm like, I want to reread this. So I'm going to share this video, this list, and if you want to reread or read any of these books, then let me know and we can do a buddy read. And like this can be throughout the year because I'm definitely not going to read all of these right away. I think I need to read like 2 a month to actually read all of them. But without further ado, let's get onto it. So the first one that I want to reread is The Martian by Andy Weir. Let's readjust a little bit here. Whoa, the light just got really bad. Sorry. I should have the information of the last time that I read the book, but wow, I just look like I'm dead. That's terrible. Okay, let's see if this is better. Maybe. I don't know. Anyways, so I should have the information of when I last read the book because I don't remember, but I'm not going to bother looking it up. Last year, Chris and I watched the movie, which we have seen before. And I was just like, dang, need to reread that book. It's so good. So I definitely want to reread it. The audiobook is narrated by Will Wheaton, who's not my favorite, so I'll probably read it with my eyeballs. But yeah, like I said, if you want to do buddy read, let me know. But yeah, absolutely love this book, so it's time to reread it. And also it feels kind of apt because like the Perseverance rover just landed and that was super exciting, so I don't know, it's just want to reread it. Okay, and this is just the pile beside me. That's how I'm picking them up. So the next one is The Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society. I said it. By Marianne Schaefer and Annie Barrows. I've only read this book one time, the first time that I read it. I haven't seen the movie yet. And I would just really like to reread this because I need more cozy things in my life and I need to read things that are comforting. So this one was very comforting to me the first time that I read it. And I just really want to reread it again. I need to stop saying that. Okay. I have some books on here that I'm like, would I still like that book? And I'm kind of nervous about them. But I also want to reread it. Okay. So that book is Under the Never Sky by Veronica Rossi. I read this pre-booktube, I think. And I barely remember what this is about. It's post-apocalyptic dystopian. I think it's not really dystopian. It's more post-apocalyptic. Well, yeah, kind of dystopian. Anyways, it's a YA trilogy. This is book 1. I'm not committing to reading the whole trilogy this year, just this one. But yeah, I loved it when I read it, and now I don't know if I would actually still love it or if it would actually hold up. So I want to do the science and see if I would still love it. Do the science, whatever. Okay. This is a book that I read in college, and that is Winona, or The Foster Sisters by Isabella Valanci Crawford. This was published as a serial in 1873. Okay. So this is Victorian, but Canadian. So I read this for, what was the class? Female Canadian writers, I think. And this was one of the books. And I really enjoyed it when I read it. But this has really bad ratings on Goodreads. Like, it's not even at a 3. So, not many people have read it. It has also very low ratings, like, number-wise and popularity-wise. Like, I don't even remember what it's about, really. I just remember that I really liked it. It's like country girls coming into the city, I think. But yeah, so I would really like to read this and actually see if it's that bad. Like, I thought it was great, so I don't know. Okay, the next one is The Smell of Other People's Houses by Bonnie Sue Hitchcock. This is a YA set in a small town in Alaska, and it follows 4 teenagers and kind of their lives and how they intertwine in this small town. And I listened to this on audio the first time that I read it, the only time that I've read it, and it surprised me how much I enjoyed it. Like, I just absolutely loved the writing and the characters. So I just want to reread it, be in this world again. So there's that. I need to stop saying that I want to reread it. Okay, the next two books kind of go together. They're by the same author, and this is something that I've been thinking about for a while. So I'll just tell you what it is. So the books are Confessions of a Shopaholic and Can You Keep a Secret by Sophie Kinsella. So what I want to do is I want to reread all of Sophie Kinsella's books. And so I'm kind of thinking of going opposites, kind of the way she publishes them. Opposites with reading a Shopaholic book and then one of her standalone books. So I have almost all of her books. I think there's like 3 that I don't have. So she used to be she still is. And my earring just fell out. Okay, earring back in. So this Sophie Kinsella has been an auto-buy author for me for like 15 years already. And I don't know, like, I wouldn't call her a favorite author at this point, but she's still like an auto-buy author. And I don't know if I'll ever stop buying her books, which maybe is ridiculous because I should probably not buy them all anymore. But yeah, I know, like, there's some books of hers that I remember being my favorite, but there's one specifically that the plot now, I don't know if I would like it because it has plot points that I don't like. So, yeah, I want to reread them. See if I still like them. I'm sorry that I'm still... Okay, so, moving on. This is on my TBR for this month, March, which is When You Reach Me by Rebecca Stead. And this is middle grade, so I'm rereading it for middle grade March. It's very heavily influenced by A Wrinkle in Time, which I had not read the first time that I read this book, but now I have read it. So now, okay, yeah. It's good. My battery light just came on. I don't need to tell you that, but, you know, whatever. Okay, so the next one is Attachments by Rainbow Rowell. Is this controversial? I don't know. It's not epistolary. It's kind of epistolary because it's told from the perspective of a guy named Lincoln who monitors emails in his company, and so he ends up falling in love with this girl through reading her emails with someone else. So that's like creepy, but then also, I don't know, does everything have to be like, can't anything just be first story and be cute? I don't know. Anyways, so I want to see if it's actually still good in 2021. The next one, The Hitchhikers Guide to the Galaxy, but not the whole thing, just the last book, Mostly Harmless. Chris and I have been listening through the audiobooks narrated by Martin Freeman, except for the first one narrated by Stephen Fry, and we're really enjoying it. This is actually like Chris's first time actually reading all of the books in the series, and this is like my 10th time. I don't know. I've read it a bunch of times. But yeah, we just have Mostly Harmless left, so I want to listen to that soon and just be done with it. Then, what do we got? 3 more. Okay. Burial Rites by Hannah Kent. Again, I've only read this one time and loved it, and I just want to experience the story again. It is, if you're not familiar with it, now I have to jog my memory. It's a story about a fictionalized account of the last woman to receive the death penalty the death sentence in Iceland. To be executed in Iceland. What did they say? Oh my word. Words. Okay, so yeah. I love the setting. I want to go to Iceland. This and The Secret Life of Walter Mitty make me want to go to Iceland. So, yeah, I really want to read that again. Oh gosh, I've said it every time. I'm so sorry. Quiet by Susan Cain. The Power of Introverts in a World That Can't Stop Talking. I read this many years ago, like probably 10 years ago, 9 or 10, and it's time I want to freshen up on this stuff, especially because since I've read this, I really have learned a lot more about like being an introvert and like embracing the introvertedness in my heart. So yeah, I just want to get this knowledge into my head again. And then the last one that I have on my list, well, kind of, okay. Elemental by Mark Dunn. This is one of the most brilliant books that I've ever read. Brilliant. It's brilliant, you guys. If you haven't read this, you really should. This is an epistolary novel. And basically what is happening is that it takes place on an island where, an island founded by the man who came up with the sentence, "The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog." And they have this plaque and this statue in the town square dedicated to him. And then one day, one of the tiles of the letters in that phrase falls off. And so the council of this town, they take that as a sign that, what's his name? Nevin Nollop. He wants them to stop using that letter. So they have to stop using it. And these tiles keep falling off, and those letters stop being used in this book. And it's just absolutely brilliant. And so I just want to experience it again, because it's just so good. Okay, and then the last, I actually just have one, but it's last two, I guess. The Search, and then the next one, The Rift, in the Avatar The Last Airbender series. Specifically the ones written by Jean Luen Yang. Those are the ones that we have. Apparently they've kept going, written by different people. So we have the series written by Jean Luen Yang. And I never got around to reading books 4 and 5. And we have since then watched through Avatar again. And now I've read the first book. I read it in October. And so now I need to read books 2 and 3 so that I can read 4 and 5. And I really want to finish them this year while the show is still kind of fresh in my mind. So those are all the books that I want to reread this year. And if you would like to join me, do a buddy read for any of them, let me know. And we'll figure it out when that works. So yeah, let me know, if you've read any of these books and what you thought about them. If you liked them. Like, I did like all of these books. So I hope that you didn't hate any of them, because I did like all of them when I read them. But yeah, that's it. So I hope that you're having a good day. I hope you are enjoying what you're reading. And until next time, so long and thanks for all the fish.